This is an old house foundation on our property. The house was destroyed by a hurricane, and I'm just now getting around to putting our garden out here. Got a greenhouse started, and I'm building raised beds on this part of the foundation. Today, I'm going to build a ramp so that we can bring the little hand cart and the wheelbarrow up onto the foundation. That's what we'll be doing. I've already dug a hole, a square hole where the concrete's going to go, and you can see, if I can get my head shadow out of the way, that I've already put in the two side pieces, the framing for our concrete. Now we're about to put in the bottom piece, and then we'll start getting ready to pour concrete. Alright, we've got the front board in. Can't really see it. There it is. Forgive the shadow. Now, because I'm connecting concrete to concrete, in other words, I'm connecting this ramp to a concrete foundation, I don't have to have anything between them. If I was connecting to wood, say a wooden building or steps or something, I would want to put flashing or tar paper down between the concrete and the wood. Now, you want to have about 2 inches right here as a depth for the bottom of the ramp, because you don't want it to crack and become brittle there at the bottom. I've taken my level and I've made sure that it's pretty much level all the way down the ramp. That's very important. It's going to make it a lot easier when you're done getting it flush and brushed. Alright, we're going to fill it with some leftover refuse and rock from the old house that used to stand here, and then we're going to put some screen down, a little bit of extra strength, then we get ready to pour concrete. Alright, we've filled the frame with refuse concrete. 2 reasons for that. One is because I want to use as little of the new concrete as possible, because I'm cheap. So I'll fill up the void, probably half the void, with old broken concrete. And the other reason is I've just got so much refuse concrete from this old house that used to be here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of old wire fencing to lay over that to kind of give it a little bit more sturdidity. And then I'll pour the concrete. Alright, we've put some wire on top. Just going to lay it on top. And I think that the weight of the concrete will push it down. I say think because I haven't really done this before. Not exactly this. We're going to give it a try. Okay, the concrete's poured, and we're going to let it dry a little bit, and then we'll do a little bit of brushing, and we're done. Okay, we've poured it and it sat up a little while, and now we've brushed it with a brush, just an old broom brush, to give it a little bit of a texture. You brush it side to side so you get a little bit of a texture. Now we need it to sit up and dry, and then we can take the forms off. Alright, it's the next day. We let it sit up overnight. Put plastic over it last night because the forecast was for rain. But of course, weathermen are either liars or fools. So it didn't rain, and now they're saying it'll rain tonight. But it's pretty much dry. I mean, you can tell by the deeper color there's still moisture in it, but it's dry and you can walk on it, as you see. I gave it a very rough texture, and I wanted that because I've got older people that will be walking on it, and I want to make sure that there's plenty of texture to it. But the next thing to do is to take off the forms, and that'll be it. Alright, here it is a day later. Just knocked off the frames. and did a little bit of leveling of the dirt, which of course got the brand new concrete dirty. But there it is. Simple, cheap, not much to it. That was that small 32 wide by 42 wide at the bottom and 3 feet long on the slope took 3 80-pound bags, and that's even with filling. So I didn't figure the concrete well. I didn't think it would take near that much, but it's done, and I will reuse the forms for another smaller ramp that I have to make on the other side.